This video is brought to you by Yamalube engine oils, lubricants, and care products. No matter what motorsports vehicle you have, Yamalube is behind every reliable engine, so trust Yamalube for incredible performance every time. Look for the full line of Yamalube care and maintenance products at your nearest Yamaha dealer. Yeah, welcome to your best post show ever, or the best post show we can do in 2020. This is the RedBud National by Circle K, the title sponsor. Steve Matthes, who's presenting?
Presenting sponsor is Intense Taser MX e-bike. Pretty much the best thing in life.
Okay, all right. Well, I know Pookie's not here. You're on your own, so e-bike life is all you've got. This is a strange one. We're racing on a Friday. We're racing a doubleheader. We'll be back on Monday. And I ought to start with this. Steve, you're in the announcer's tower. You're roaming the grounds. Spectators not allowed, just amateur riders. It didn't have the normal RedBud atmosphere.
No, Weege, listen, I've been coming here for the July 4th weekend forever, 25 years, 30 years. This was a bizarre RedBud. Yeah. They were here, the people that were here were rowdy, they were into it, but not so much. They had to race the next day, or tomorrow.
Oh,
and,
true. Yeah.
And so, yeah, to walk through RedBud being empty is incredible and strange all at the same time. Welcome to 2020.
Yeah, we got that same experience. I've heard it from every other motorsport of the drivers just walking through the paddock area and not being interrupted. And too bad the fans can't be here because the racing, okay, look, somebody went 1-1 and we'll talk about that guy in a minute, but the 450 class is still delivering with these battles, dude.
Yeah, it really is. At different times, you had different guys that you looked at to make a move. Blake Baggett at one point was coming and was on the move. Eli Tomac came up for some couple of bad starts. Sexton I thought was very good. Adam was good. Marvin was steady. Barcia was incredible.
Yes.
All of them had something to talk about. Good and bad throughout the day. Yeah. And I don't, like I said, the days of 1-1, 2-2, 3-3, those are gone.
Except for one man. We have to do this. Look, Steve, many years ago you wanted to take credit for bringing Zach Osborne back. He was obscure. Most fans in the United States have forgotten all about him.
Nope, they just thought he was a loser.
Yeah, shows up on a Steve Dixon English-built Yamaha at Supercross. Oling suspension? Yeah. Okay, in Supercross, which very rarely happens. We have to change it now. Zach is not just a guy, not just a contender, he is becoming the guy. He just went 1-1 for the first time. He's won 3 of the 4, looking good for the doubleheader. Things are changing in a hurry here.
Well, first race at Loretta Lynn's, right? Brand new start to the season. Who knows what's been going on? He takes the win. Okay.
First round's weird.
Okay, yeah, first round's weird. Yep. Okay, good job, Zacho. Good job. Yep. Second round, complete mutter. Yep. He goes 5-1 for the overall. Very fortunate to win, but hey, weird. You got to be there, but weird. Whatever. Yep. Last week, only a third in one moto. That's all he could manage. It's like, oh boy, here, you know, what's going on? Wow, Rockstar Energy Husqvarna, Zach Osborne today. He led every lap, I believe. Yeah. And got both hole shots. Yeah. And it was see you later, 50 points in the bag. One of Zach Osborne's most impressive wins that we've seen, and I'm including the Salt Lake win too. Yeah. Because he needed a guy's seat to fall off to get that one.
Yes.
So this was incredible. Tour de performance by Zach Osborne today, and very, very impressive. And even though he's not letting me stay in his motorhome at the races, and even though he didn't stick around here to let me talk to him after the race, I still got to give full props to Zach Osborne.
Okay, so off the track, you and him got issues, I guess.
We do,
but on the track,
I can't deny his ride today.
Yes, okay. Let's talk to Zach Osborne about a 1-1 day here in our post-race press conference.
Well, it was relatively easy, if you will, as far as conditions went today. It was 75 and sunny, so, you know, there's a lot in the tank on days like that. It's the days where it's 95 and 90% humidity where you have to pay attention and be careful and save for the second moto and all those things. So, you know, anytime that I felt like Mar was closing on me or even in the second moto, Justin as well, I could put in some decent laps and get my gap out to where it was comfortable for me again, or where I could see those guys, you know, kind of off the other side of me. So I was able to just respond. And like they said, I was running the scoop tire. So for me, it was a lot about managing that. I can't, you know, override the carcass and blow that out. So there was some management on my end as well, but it was nice to be able to manage from the front and not be under pressure the whole time.
All right, so that's Zacho. How do you even do the math for the rest of these podiums, dude? It's like 8-2s are getting like on the box. Somehow Chase Sexton is second overall today. You had Sexton, Barcia, AC, and Marvin and Tomac all battling in the second moto.
I think there was a 5-point swing between all those guys, I believe.
Yeah, for second through like 7th or whatever.
Right, it was insane.
Okay, so Sexton's been solid, but I want to talk AC and Barcia in that second moto. Man alive.
That was great. That was fantastic. It started with Barcia coming in on him and hitting him hard and sending him back. Adam got in close a couple times. Barcia moved over him up on the Monzo wall segment. I may or may not have talked to Adam after the race,
Okay.
and he may or may not have told me, I just don't know how to pass the guy without dying. And
Yeah.
I said, welcome to the 450 class.
You're christened now.
Yeah.
You got hit by Barcia.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But Weege, switching into the 51, what a heroic ride in the first moto. That's what got him on the podium today. He had a lot of reasons to give up.
I never saw him.
Crash first lap.
Seriously?
Yeah, crash first lap was probably 24th, 23rd, and at one point, and never gave up and kept charging and kept riding with that heart that we saw last week from him. And that ride, he got 6th or 7th late in the race. He got a guy in the last lap.
Yeah.
I need to go back and do the math, but that might have got him on the podium today with
got
that second
Craig
moto.
Over this finish line right here.
Yeah.
And that was probably the difference.
And that was probably the difference for Zach, for Justin Barcia today. Incredible ride by Barcia. And Weege, we've heard some things about his 2021 program.
It's changing.
It's changing.
Yes, we had thought for sure he's not coming back to Yamaha. Now we're hearing he might be back to
He
Yamaha.
might go back to Yamaha.
Yeah.
For the first time in maybe the sport's history, we're hearing that a factory has reserved its right to match an offer.
Yeah, they never do that.
They never do that.
No, they never
But
do that.
regardless,
Yeah.
red or blue next year for Barcia, today, phenomenal. Great job by Justin Barcia again.
Yeah, and Sexton has something to be happy about. He's been much more consistent than you would think for a rookie 450 rider. Solid in the last 4 motos of the series once we got away from the mud. So let's hear from Barcia and Sexton podium guys today.
First moto, went down on the start, came from last to 6th. So, for that moto, I laid it all on the line, used up a lot of energy. So going into the second moto, definitely didn't have the spunk I had the first moto. Made a few change setups that didn't work as I would have liked it either. So definitely, definitely didn't go as planned the second moto. Obviously I had a good ride and definitely AC was breathing down my back the whole time. Would have liked to, redo a few little things there on setup wise, but all in all, yeah, it was a good day. It was good. It's good to be on the podium. I've been working hard and putting in really hard charging rides like that first moto. So it definitely feels good to kind of pay off, but obviously looking for a lot more out of myself and want to get up there.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be kind of lying if I say it didn't happen sooner than I thought, but overall, today was good. Had a really good first moto coming from around 8th to 3rd, and then second moto had a really good start next to Zach, and got cut off a little bit by Adam and kind of shuffled back a little bit. So that was kind of a bummer, but got up to 4th, and then I had Eli behind me the last 2-3 laps, so it was definitely a fight to the finish line. And yeah, overall, I feel really good. I feel like I belong up front, so just want to keep building and get to where I want to be, and that is winning. So trying to keep climbing the ladder and having fun while I'm doing it.
Okay, so now let's talk Eli Tomac. So you like to argue with Jason Thomas on our podcast.
It's my third favorite thing to do in life after e-bike and eating.
Still your wife's not in the...
No.
Okay, all right. Solid top 5
Yeah.
is Pookie.
Yeah.
And that's all we got from Eli Tomac today. Solid top 5. Jason Thomas's argument to you has been Tomac is now just a guy, not the guy. And then he immediately texted us after the motos today saying, see, he's just a guy. He's not bad, but he's not head and shoulders above. So are you going to lay down the sword and just give it to JT?
Wow. Well, what do you think I'm going to do? Right, exactly. Listen, 2-1 6 days ago for the overall.
Okay.
Rode phenomenal, right?
Yeah.
Took the win. Yes, today didn't go his way. But don't you feel, Weege, okay, never mind the guy that won, who shall go nameless, will not let me stay in his motorhome. Don't you feel that, and I told Chase Sexton this after the race too, if Tomac gets the second place starts, goes 2-2 on the day. If Sexton gets the second place starts, he goes 2-2 on the day. Yes, it goes back to the parity that we were talking about.
Yeah.
No one can move up. Osborne got the starts and took off. I feel like today that could have been a number of guys, judging by the ways they rode. And when you flip it that way, Tomac didn't get the start, and he was fighting his whole moto to get up there. But look, if you look at Eli Tomac's day, from where he started to where he finished, there were positive passes in both motos.
I agree with you, and that standard works for every rider, except this is the dude that has spent the last 3 years blowing past 5 guys in the last 10 minutes of a moto when we thought it wasn't going to happen, and we just kept waiting and it didn't happen. Now look, yeah, we don't want to overstate 5-4, 4-5 finishes being horrible, but short series has to make up ground.
Yeah, he didn't move up as nearly as much as he has in the past.
That's the thing.
I agree with that.
But you will not agree with
But
JT.
I will not agree that he is just the guy. He won 6 days ago. But today was very costly for Eli Tomac in the points because, as you're all aware, we don't have 12 rounds anymore. And today was a costly one for Eli Tomac.
And one other factor I'm going to throw in there, I talked to a former champion of this series, 2009 450 motocross champ,
Is
Chad
he,
Reed.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
Chad
thought you
Reed.
were going to just say nameless.
His name rhymes with Schmeed, but I actually did the interview on video, so no reason to hide. He thinks it's going to be a factor with the longer series. Some of these guys are going to start getting tired and burned out. I guarantee you, if you're Chad Reed right now, you're saying, yep, called it on Tomac.
I mean, it is 2020. It's a strange year. Yeah. Reed certainly knows what he's talking about in many areas of life. He could be right. Yeah. We're into September now. The grind is still going for these guys. It's possible. Again, you'll never really know.
No. And could Tomac go 1-1 on Monday?
100%.
He could. He could. All right, let's transition to our 250 class here. Okay, this is topsy-turvy as well. I was thinking, look, Ferrandis is the fastest guy. This is going to average out. Once we're 18 motos deep, the fastest guy will eventually grab the points lead and pull ahead. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is this not going to happen? I'm not, okay, we're only halfway through. Not super level of concern, but this is the first time I left a race saying there is a path for Jeremy Martin to get this done, even if he can't beat Ferrandis straight up.
At the risk of myself looking dumb here, which I've never been scared of, what's the points gap now? 14?
I think it's 12.
12?
Yeah, I think it was a 16-point swing today.
Okay.
It was down 4, it's 12.
Okay, so yeah, 12 points. I'm not worried. I'm really not.
Yeah,
Dylan Ferrandis, we didn't see a repeat of Ironman where he went from 40th to 3rd, but we saw whatever it was, 20th to 3rd.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So great ride by Dylan Ferrandis. He admitted that he knocked his head in the first moto.
And his shoulder, he said.
And his shoulder, so that was holding him back there.
But I'm a little worried. We only got 2 days. What if he wakes up, you know, the adrenaline, you stay warm, you feel good? What if he wakes up tomorrow morning and he's like, wait, this is worse than I thought? And he's got to grind out points on Monday, loses a few more.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's the first time I see a clear path for Martin to get this, which I was not a believer necessarily.
I agree. I can see a path now for J.
Yes.
Mart. I mean, that's 3 wins out of 4 races for J. Mart, right?
Yeah,
so
pretty good.
Good job for him. He gets the red plate and everything else. He's now won the same number of nationals in 2020 as he won for the previous 3 years for the Geico Honda team.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So good job for J. Mart.
Yep.
I still feel like Dylan's the guy. I'm sorry, not sorry. I still feel like Dylan's the guy.
We almost had a collision here of RedBud vehicles. Man, when Ferrandis is going fast like it was in practice, it is still amazing to
Almost
watch.
3 seconds faster than everybody in qualifying for sure. The real story of the day, though, I think, is that the second moto troll train on the Suzuki, running fine, looking great, jumping the leap. Yes. I believe only one other non-Yamaha did the leap today.
And that's a Suzuki.
No, besides.
Oh, besides troll train.
Yes,
Okay.
I believe Derek Drake did it.
Okay.
And that is it. Derek Drake and a 2009 RMZ 250 jumped the leap today. So I was on Alex Martin last year for not jumping it, if you remember right.
Oh.
And I offer full apologies. He jumped it today.
Well, has that made the difference? You motivating him.
Perhaps,
Yes,
perhaps.
yes.
But no, good job for Alex Martin.
Yeah.
Jerry Mott, of course, was great. Like you said, though, topsy-turvy class a little bit.
Yeah, the podium's a little weird. I think Hampshire got second overall, which you didn't even necessarily see because this final moto wasn't quite there. I don't even know who gets third overall. I literally McElrath.
McElrath? Yes.
Is it McElrath?
Yes.
I don't even know. We're gonna go to the press conference, so we'll show you second and third because that's how hard the math is to figure out.
Yeah, man, it's awesome. We second overall on the day. Would like to win, but that second moto we had a paddle tire on, and man, it was just not feeling good. So had to calm down a bit, and I kind of knew where I needed to be for that second overall. I knew J Mart was gone, so just managed it, and huge thanks to my whole Rockstar Energy Factory Husqvarna Racing team, Fly, Arrow, Scott, Keen's Buildings, and my family, man up above, for keeping us safe, and man, just excited to be back here in a couple of days and go racing again.
We made a massive change after the first moto, but it's weird. This dirt here is really soft, and I was fighting it really bad in the first moto, and it's weird because last week at Indiana, the dirt's soft there, but it's got a hard base, and even with the big hills there, it wasn't that bad. But here, I struggled pretty bad in the first moto, so we made some good changes, and thanks to the team for pushing me. I mean, it's not easy, but. I don't want to be back there in 8th, so I just got to thank the Lord for this opportunity to be here. We really didn't think we'd even be at RedBud, so it's a great day. I hear the weather's great, and the whole Monster Energy Star Racing Yamaha team, my mechanic Matt, my trainer Gareth Swanepoel, Dr. G, man, there's a whole team behind our team, and it's very rewarding. And second is good in that moto, but I want to give these guys wins because they deserve it. They work hard, and just got to thank my wife, everybody. Thank you.
Okay, As you can see by the press conference, McElrath did get third overall with 8.2 moto scores. So it's like we see the typical crazy 250 class just outside of Ferrandis and J-Mart. It's crazy.
You know, the guy that really opened some eyes is RJ Hampshire. You said you didn't notice him, and that's true.
Second moto. First moto
was fantastic.
Yes.
Second moto didn't go quite good, but was still good. You look at his moto win at Loretta Lynn's in the mud. You look at last week's first moto where he came up. We're talking about Ferrandis. I'm talking about Chol Train. We're talking about J-Mart. Probably not enough of us are talking about RJ Hampshire right now.
He's the most improved by far.
100%, yeah.
Yes, he has taken the leap.
Yep.
Which is to go from that like 5th place guy to podium win guy is what? The hardest thing to do?
Yep.
And he did it.
Some of us were on board for Supercross, and then we jumped off the RJ Hampshire train for outdoors.
Just in time for him
to be getting podiums. Okay. Exactly. It was fantastic.
It's paying off for him. We're going to wrap it because guess what? We're going to be back here again Monday for the second of the RedBud doubleheader. This is the Circle K.
Hold on. In the comments below in RacerX and YouTube, can you vote whether you'd rather see me or Jason Thomas doing this show with Weigandt? I believe it should be JT, but he has a tendency to leave the track early.
Yeah, he's like an old man. He goes to bed at 8 p.m. and wakes up at 4 a.m. So yeah, you tell us, who do you want to be on this show as my co-host come Monday? And then JT's gonna have to stay late, and he's gonna be so mad if you vote for JT.
Vote for JT.
See you soon.